Okay, everybody, I'm back real quick on finishing from my previous video on, compound interest and the interest chart, and to kind of see where you can be at after a certain amount of time has gone by. Um, so as you can see, here's what I earned on my account on the 27th from my different loans on my lending wallet. So as you can see, this $360 loan paid that day 1.12%, so I got $4. And then for this loan, $3, almost $2, $5.60, $17, because that's a larger one, and $5. So this is all one day, and that adds up really, really fast. So let's look at what you can do as far as over time, and an exit strategy. So how do you get your money back and still build your residual income? So let's start out with 1,010. So let's just say you put in $1,000, right? If you took that 1.5% interest, and you just reloaded it back in, every time you get a payout, this chart has it at every 10%. I'm sorry, at every $10. You could choose to do it at $100. You could do it at $300, like I typically do it at $300. But if you're waiting, you're missing out on a little bit each day. So they recommend $10. But I like to get higher payouts at the end. So each time you reinvest the 10, it's locked in for 299 days basically. So anyways, let's just say you put in $1,000. Watch how this will build over time. And let's go jump down here to 90 days. So at the 90-day mark, that 1,000 has grown to $37.80, and you're now getting paid, instead of $15 a day, getting paid $50 a day, which pretty much I've gone through, and I'm at about 3,400 on one of my accounts and about 3,000 on another. So I'm right around $100 a day. And as you can see, if you just left this in there and you played it out for a year, like they want you to, you lock it in for, let's say, a year. Well, actually, we don't even have to go a year. Let's go 235 day mark, 237 days. You're at $500 a day, and your investment is up to $33,000. That's not bad, right? So anytime, because you only put in $1,010, anytime you want, you could take your money out on this, not the capital you put in, that's locked for the year, but these daily amounts that it puts in your wallet. I can transfer this to my Bitcoin wallet. There's a small fee. It's like $5-10 depending on how much. So what my strategy, the exit strategy, is I'm letting this build, because again, you don't want to put any money in you're not willing to lose. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving my money in here till I get to where I'm at right now, is about $100 a day. But since it's at 100, as I reinvest, I'm quickly, once you get to 100, look how fast this investment grows over here, and now I'll be getting 1.5% on 10,000, right? I'm at 150. And then another 30 days, I'm at 250, and so on, so forth. So once I get to about $200 a day, I'm going to take $200 out one day, and then the next day reinvest. I'm going to take 200 out, and the next day reinvest. Take 200 out, next day reinvest, just until I get my initial investment back, which obviously I'll get it back in like a week or two, and then I'm just going to be playing with house money. So that's the part where a lot of people get so hung up in the risk and whatnot. Bitconnect, the first one, has been paying for over a year and a half, and there's people making $100,000 a month. And then there's Davor, which is slowly catching up. It's going to pass Bitconnect because it's got $8 million in there a day. And there's people with doing $40,000, $50,000 loans. So they have no problem paying us $1,000 a day, right? And they're going to be around. Davor just went, they just launched their coin onto the onto the coin exchange right here. You can see their coin. Let me zoom in a little bit. This is the Davor Coin trading. So people are literally trading, and as you can see, it just went up over the last few days, all the way up here to over 50, 60 bucks. So they've got some growth and whatnot, and then Davor's done everything right. There's all the top YouTubers, all the top crypto people that are invested in lending, or everybody's talking about Davor and how amazing it's been, and they wish the other programs could be like Davor. So I'm confident that Davor will be around. Let's say these companies explode in a year, or maybe, I know Davor will probably be around at least a year or two. But let's say they explode in a year, but I got up to $500 or $1,000 a day in 6 months. You know what? At the end of the day, I got my money back, and shit happens. If I could just make, $10,000-$20,000 a month in 6 months, and I just keep going and keep riding it, that's what I'm aiming for. And by that time, I'm going to take those funds and diversify into other ICOs, other new lending platforms, and they'll be, I'll have my eggs in 10 baskets. So if one explodes, it doesn't matter. I already got my money back, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at, and I thought I'd share that with you guys. And if you like what you see here and you want to try Davor, I'm going to put a link at the bottom. Click on my Davor link. It'll take you to the sign up page. I think you can start out with like $100 or something. Go for it. And if you want to try Bitconnect, I'll put my link in there as well. And good luck with everything, and take care, and like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Appreciate it. Take care.